Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 168. Looks like I'm going solo at the moment. Hopefully everything's working alright for tonight. I've done some updates again. So I will cue some music and intro. This will be a couple of hours, hopefully. Hello. Hello. Good to be back again. So I'll just kill that. Good to be back for another live. I should have been putting some more episodes out during the week, but it's been busy. So just mute the echo and switch screens. Robert was meant to join me, but I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he's been up all night and he couldn't sleep, and looks like he couldn't wake up. It must be 1:30 over there in UK at the moment. So yeah, so I've got a few topics to go over anyway that I was going to add on the end of his one. So we might have to do his Saturday or Sunday. Saturday evening, which might be too late for him actually. Well, we'll see. See how it goes. So yeah. So where'd we start? I better type up my welcome message first. Uh, 168. So the last live stream was 400th episode or upload. So this is now heading on to the next 100, hopefully. I think Google Hangouts people will be dropping off because they don't offer it anymore. Let's see, I better check the sound and the live. Since I'm by myself, can't ask anyone out there. Muted. People will be dropping off because they don't offer it anymore. Let's see, I better check the sound. Looks like it might be working. Live. Cool. Since I'm by myself, can't ask anyone out there. I'll just drop out of that. So, okay, start with this image here. So I was asked to analyze this one because there was a big debate, whatever it was, a hoax or not. It's meant to be obviously a little alien dude caught by a Bigfoot group and people were debating what it could be. What's that one there? Another one there, was it? So Photoshop, person in a costume, and of course it comes from the Sandy Eye, the ET. Don't know how you say that. But A51S did his own analysis here. He was saying it was a hologram, but yeah, you know, Oscan's razor is always the simplest solution, is always the correct one. I don't know how well holograms work out in the wooded forest on a bright sunny day, but straight away my red flag on this one is that it's filmed through a piece of blurry plastic, or you couldn't get any blurrier, could you really? Artificial blurred in a program, maybe, to make it harder. Spudcam, you can see why people laugh at UFO people. And Bigfoot, of course, Bigfoot images that come up. So, yes, so I had a look at it, and it took me about 5 minutes to come up with this image here, which I got it in the post here, but I'll bring it up. So here it is here. So there's the image, and I tried to blur it the best I could from the shop image here. This I've got a bit too pixelated. But you can see here we've got the white strip, or the grey strip, down the front here. The ET eyes look like they're there either side. So this is a kid costume that you can get from AliExpress or China for $26.46 American, and obviously it fits certain age groups. So yeah, just has to be hands by the side, which we haven't got here, and of course rotated here. I'm not sure if that's the collar there or not, so it's a bit hard to tell because it's so blurred out. But if you just fold the collar down anyway, or remove it, it looks very similar. We're not sure if that's a badge there, or maybe it's just turned slightly and we're seeing the edge of this here, where it's gone around the front, and the alien looks like it's looking that way. So yeah, that looks so fake. If you look at the previous alien video that I did on Mojo's, this also looked like an alien grey, but it had a lot bigger head. And the eyes weren't so big as this. And of course they had an all black suit, they didn't have any symbols on the front, so all you could see was the hands moving and the head moving, looking side by side and looking down. But then his could be a latex mask as well, so it's a bit hard to know what's legit by photographs or video alone. But yeah, why is it so blurry? Why can't people just take a proper picture? Well, straight away, that makes you think that it's faked, right? Why weren't they taking a video? Is another question. Because even if it was out of focus, at one point it's probably going to go in focus because it's got autofocus, right? So that brings us on to this next one here. The guy wanted me to, he was saying this is the only real alien. Not sure if it's safe, so I can zoom in on it. And of course I had no information where he got that from. So again, I spent some time doing image search on that. See what I could find. I think it was that one. So you can right click on here and go search Google Images, and it will give us a list of any it finds, hopefully. Okay, and as you can see, it's already found lots of Peru or South American, Brazil websites here, and it's given us references to other ones here. I'm not sure what that one there is. Looks like a drawing. But yeah, it originally comes from a magazine and a TV channel for UFOs done by Jaime Maussan. As well, people said that he's a fraud because he's put out a lot of stuff there. It's turned out to be hoaxes. The skeleton of a monkey that was used, that was dipped in acid to remove the skin. I can't remember what it was, a type of spider monkey. So it kind of looked like an alien skeleton was one, and then there was another one as well, wasn't there? The one in the museum, was it? So yeah, and then you got the Israel one, Jerusalem, over the cathedral there, that was done by film students, and he was still pushing it even though it had been debunked several times. So yeah, eventually I found the link to the news clip that it was on, to find out what this image came from originally. So he sent me this magazine cover too. I think I searched on that too. Yes, search. Okay, so eventually I found some of those links where the actual mountain was, although it's on the wrong angle, I think. Let's see. It's taken from another angle, probably further around here, so it's aiming up the side. You can see the peak here. There's the peak going around the other side, so it's probably photographed from over here. And you can see it doesn't look too alien-like to us. It looks like someone in a jumpsuit. Let's see, did I have an image up for that? Oh, no. Let's have a look. Be on here somewhere. Maybe I've got it further on. So here we go. He sent me this here, which he claims was an enhancement of the cover page. And I'm not sure if he was trying to claim that pattern there and that pattern there were actually eyes, but it looks non-symmetrical, right? Looks like a blurry mess, and you've got bits up here. But the white suit with a little pattern on it could be legit, because you do get those one-piece suits that they use for cycling and also all terrain, that allows you to sweat but maintain your body temperature. To me, it just looks like a normal, well, maybe a slightly taller than normal Amazon type person, that lives down in South America with the dark skin. And if I click on that, well, that doesn't come up too well. It doesn't look like an alien hand. It looks like a normal thumb and 4 fingers there. It looks like someone's waving to people down below, and it's got his fist here closed. So fairly skinny, maybe a sports person. So yeah, I found the people that took pictures. Oh, what's that saying on? Let's go back there. Alright, so this is what I did. So I found something similar where people were on a hill waving roughly the same distance, so I could cut them out and put it through a normal editor, and this is what I come up with. So this person's tilting its head in the opposite direction to this one. But yeah, you can see how if you process that from far away, right, that the black bits on the face here could easily end up looking like eyes. The hand looks like it's very similar, and the skinniness of the body fits. And then I overlaid it up on the next one, which is this one here. So that's overlaying the person over top of the other image. There you can see this guy is actually slightly taller than this other one, and the head and everything else seems to match, despite that he hasn't got a one-piece suit on. He's got shorts on. So that's the two alien pictures that we got. Apparently. Of course, I got a video of that particular clip. Apparently, it wasn't actually an alien. They called it an alien giant. Is it going alright over here? Better check. Looks like it. I think we had a couple of people drop in and drop out. Dropped out of that one. I think I posted him the link to the video here somewhere. It'll be on that. I hate Twitter, how it sort of layers lots of stuff in on itself. I probably got another one here. It's probably broken it up. Probably down here. Same one. That'll be on that one probably. No. Alright, so yeah, there's that person that's obviously climbed up here and waving to people down here saying, hey, I made it to the top. So he was saying there was a big story about it, that people in Peru were talking to aliens down there, but that's not what matches up with the story on the news clip anyway. Let's see. Was it here? Yuri is his name, is it? Anyway, he said on the way home, we'll check out my other videos. Not sure if he did or not. But he did actually say thank you. He helped me take it to the right course. So my analysis here proved to him that this particular alien picture is this misidentification. I think down in South America they believe quite heavily in UFOs and aliens, and they're fairly religious type people. So I went to the video though. I had it queued up here somewhere. It's funny how you lose track of your posts on Twitter. Let's see. Should be on here somewhere. Alright, here's the page that these guys here. Reopens office on UFO investigation. That's not the video, but these are the guys that took pictures. Of course, they look really honest type. So yeah, here's the mountain range. I'm not sure how you say that place. Moscow Husky. I don't know. Always month the names. The night sky is crudely clear. So obviously they're not the only ones camping out there. Obviously there's going to be other tourists, isn't there? Should be a win. And the same things. You head to Peru on a UFO hunt. You actually see a UFO, but now that it's staring at me in the face on the creepiest mountain on Earth. Yeah. I think it's an elaborate hoax, huh? Terrible. So I don't want to read all this out here. Looks a pretty barren, rugged place. You can see tourists might want to do a event over it, you know, mountain running and all that. Chile unidentified objects in the night sky are likely to come from foreign militaries. So a lot of people have their own opinions on all this sort of stuff, don't they? Without any proof, right? Keep on going. I suppose that's Google Earth looking down on it. Oh no, that's a, what do you call it, pictogram of an alien on the side of the mountain. Astronaut, they call it, Nazca lines. So they're mixing in a lot of stuff here. Here's the news video here. So I might just open it up in a minute. What's that talking about grey there? Spooky as hell. Another soul on sight. Doesn't mean there aren't other people coming from another direction and on top of the hill waving down at them. It looks pretty high up there. You get mountain climbers everywhere. And there's the picture, I got it from there. That's obviously where they took it. So why is it such a grainy, horrible photograph, you know? So yeah, just open up this. Actually, I'll post it down the side there. So this is on aliens, Peru aliens. Okay, let's see what we can do with this one.
Recientemente Gladys Cole.
There he is. The guy that believes in everything. I don't think we're going to need the sound because I can't understand what they're saying. But we can. Looks like they've got English subs included. What's this channel here? Giants in South America. So straight away, that picture they sent me being an alien, straight away doesn't say anything about alien. We'll speed it up a wee bit. Okay. So what they're going on about here? Giants on top of mountains. So it's in the right location. That mountain range I can't pronounce there. Or place name. Photograph was taken with a large beam. It was published in a magazine. This case is truly remarkable. Oh yes. So this looks like a different location, right? And not the same mountaintop photographs as we're looking at. So what does that look like to you? It looks like some mountain climbers that reached the top there and just looking down. Look how nice and focused it is. So what year was this published? 2011. It's probably a bit older than that. Okay, it doesn't look like anything alien or giant to me, does it? We got no reference points. just like two normal hikers. It's like maybe one's standing on a rock, actually. I probably would say that's very high probability. I can't see how they can say they're giants. I have a listen to the audio a wee bit crazy.
De hecho, Gladys Córdoba en el análisis comparativo del video presenta dos tomas del mismo lugar. La toma de la izquierda muestra el tamaño de los seres humanos y la toma de la derecha...
Oh, I couldn't listen to too much of that. Okay, still doesn't look like a giant to me. Crazy. So we'll get on to the next video clip of the other mountain. And here's this one, really, really good quality image. So that's the original image that we got to work with, taken by a photograph. You know, they complain about the moon photographs, right? The way high res quality compared to that rubbish. So there it is in a magazine cover. Extraterrestrial giants, I guess. Total rubbish. So what they do in a news clip of a magazine, why don't they just get in the regular, you know, photographs and interview the people that took it? Great quality. Again. It's laughable, isn't it? I'm not sure why they're comparing it to this one here, because it looks obviously different time, different person. See, there's always been tall people. Nowadays they become basketball players. Funny lot. I think there are some people that have been in circuses that have been really, really tall. Tall people have shorter lifespans though, don't they? So that's it. That's all we got for that silly thing. So you can get it off that webpage yourself that I posted. Don't want to spend too much time on that stupidity. I think I covered it. But I posted a few other things for this guy to watch. Subway Spaceman, I debunked that here. I don't know if I can copy the link or not. Doesn't let me do it, I don't think. And also we got the alien hand one that also come from Peru, wasn't it? Which I showed the debunk for it. And I'm not sure what the DNA come back, but I'm pretty sure it was all hoaxed and they knew exactly what it was. And plus we got Mojo's alien one here with the big head that I was talking about before. Let's see, probably can post them. Copy it there, stop it there, click there, copy. So that was the alien hand. It's like a 3-minute video, I think. Can't quite see what I'm typing there. Hopefully the audio is coming out good. Had a few play arounds with stuff again. And what was the other one? Where's it gone? Oh, there's the video. That's what I was looking for before. It's gone too deep. I really hate Twitter, how it mucks around with images here. So where's it gone now? Oh, here we go. Alien hand. Mojos. I'll do the Solway Man this time. Hopefully that's correct. Solway Spaceman. Here you get the truth. God knows how many UFO documentaries have been made about that, but none of them's actually got hold of the negatives and rescanned it in and shown you what it actually was, and told you the full facts of the story. Well, that's there if you go and watch it. So on my video there, it tells you. Close tab on that one. And that one can go. And that silly one can go too. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, you miss out on all this, but I always find time to put it into a video and explain more detail, because words are not always the best. So we need to look at third phase on the moon and Secureteam next, I think. I've got some other links here. So let's queue up third phase of the moon and go through their video. There it is here. Looks like they put out another one not long ago, is it? Vortex Weather. So I might have to look at that one too. So let's start with this one here. And have a chuckle over it. Speed it up a bit. Okay. So let's work for it. And caps on. Is it still playing sound? Oh yeah, very scary music.
July 26, 2019, within 24 hours, some...
Okay, so we got the date and time there, but I suppose it's not in the description. I just thought I might do a search on that, see if we can find any information on it. Fleet of lights there. So it's Casper. See how many other people saw it. Wyoming. If I spelled it right. Wyoming. Wyoming. Yep. July 26. 26. I suppose they do it different in America. 0. 26. 2019. UFO. Orbs. See what comes up. So that looks like it could be from there, is it? Group of silent glowing orbs. There's another one. Okay. Let's quickly go through it. Friday night. So what generally happens on Friday nights? What's all that crap down here? Okay, looks like it might be the same video, but motion blur, right? We've got the long stretches on that one. Looks like the same video. So why did that person not submit it to MUFON and instead submit it all over the place? I wonder if he got paid for putting it in the newspaper. Or did those other hoax UFO channels profit from it? Let's go to another one. Group of glowing UFOs. Mystery Universe has profited from it, I guess. Clearly a group glowing objects. There you go. So looks to me like they're suggesting it's what you call fire balloons or Chinese lanterns. We've looked at those before. They come in all different shapes. But there's other thing it could be too. Chinese lanterns. They're quite big, as you can see. We always come across these all the time. Big as a little kid. But they do come in different colours and shapes. There's even one shaped like a football. You get those ones there, but they're ones that hang from the ceiling. I want the sky ones. And that one's a different shape to the round ones. So let's see, we want novelty. I think soccer ball was one of them. Celebrate the World Cup or whatever. Looks like a Chinese lantern. Got a hole there for the thing. You can see they're quite big. Paper lantern. Those ones for hanging by the looks of it. Oh, here we go. Here's the one for lifting up. Football pattern Chinese. So you can just see there are different shapes out there. So let's go back to the silly video. Now we've pinned it. And just see if it looks like lanterns. But there's other ones too, the LED ones. Are replacing the lanterns because they're more legal, because they don't start fires, right? Lead balloon, helium balloons. Of course, what they use them for is celebrations, weddings and funerals. The spirit going to heaven. Helium balloons. And there's quite a few of these ones with lights in them. As you can see here, they can be quite bright. And those ones are just stuck on the ceiling. You can also get little light things, LED lights that run off a small battery that you can throw inside and make your own ones up. Just stick it in any latex balloon. So there you go, some really white looking ones there, and then here's some really white ones here. Looks like Chinese lanterns, but they're actually helium LED balloons. Now these ones, they've got anchored to the ground here. And that's pretty bright one. Looks like Christmas fairy lights. You get the really clear ones here. We've got heart-shaped ones. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that gets put into the sky now that can make people think it's UFOs. That's why people submit it to MUFON. Someone like me analyzes it for them. Look at those ones. They're fairly bright. 20 pieces. I wonder what that cost. They probably won't cost much. Does it tell us? 12-inch, they're fairly big. Not as big as some of the other ones that we saw. They do come in different sizes. So let's go back to the video anyway. So we got two things it could be. The thing is, are we seeing any indication of which way the wind's blowing that night? These people don't do any analysis. We probably could, if we knew which way they were looking, we could probably look up on the weather thing that we have, find out how fast the wind was, and we still might do that yet. So let's just play this bit.
Lights in the sky. Take a look at this.
Now, if they suddenly stopped and hovered, that would be really good. We might have a UFO then.
Camera sucks. What are they? I don't know. Drones, maybe? They're either drones or aliens.
Yeah, they're not drones or aliens. So you can see here, if you look carefully, some are definitely closer, and so they're brighter. That one's definitely closer to the camera here. I'll just get rid of that music. Sensationalize it, huh? Good one, Turd Bros. I don't call them third phase, I call them Turd Bros. Third phase of the moon. And their brothers, cousins. I don't know if you've seen my parody I did on the third phase of the moon, but it's you should go and watch it. You'll probably kill yourself laughing. Okay, pretty crappy recorded, and it's recorded in portrait. So, because of the colour though, I still think there might be lead balloons rather than Chinese lanterns. Seem to be constant one direction. Oh, there's one that's faded suddenly. So that could be an indication that it's a candle. That it almost blew out. Or did it? There's one that's gone. So the guy's not keeping the camera still long enough to analyze. Stupid throat's going. Is it flickering like candle? So LED balloons can last quite a few hours, but the Chinese paraffin or candle wax type ones only last about 20 minutes in the sky, and then they go out. Looks like it's zooming in now. Fleet of UFOs, no analysis done. So I guess I'm going to have to do it for them. Definitely pulsing there, isn't it? Still can't rule out being an LED bulb that's sort of pulsing. They look like small objects close to the camera rather than big craft in the sky. So, was that all the one they did on that one? Oh no, that's right, they did something else, didn't they? What's this one? I think they joined it together there after that. Let's unmute it.
Okay, now let's get to this. UFO over Moscow. This was sent personally to me via my Gmail from Russ.
We'll get to that one in a minute. So, it could be those ones, or those ones. They've probably got all white ones as well. So it's a bit hard to know whether it's Chinese or lead balloons, but it's definitely not UFOs. So, what did they say here? A group of drones outside would definitely be audible. Yep, they certainly would. One possibility is that a group of sky lanterns. That would explain the lack of sound, especially the flickering. Well, they're going in and out of brightness. The only problem is that the light emitted from these UFOs look pure white, so that's exactly what I said. So they're obviously going to be lead balloons that are pulsating. So they haven't added that one there, have they? Just an illusion caused by the camera film and low lights. Could be. That's a possibility too. Doing sky lantern. Of course, you get atmospheric inversions, where it's passing through the atmosphere and causes it to flicker as well. What kind of idiots let loose a bunch of flying fires over thing? That's why I think it's LED ones, because they wouldn't do that if it's against the law. And Friday night wedding probably. Clouds are moving, there aren't any trees shaking. So yeah, we're gonna look to see if we can find the weather for that. What was the date again? Let's see, I got a link to a weather lookup page here somewhere. Weather Underground. And how do we use this again? That's quite good. It gives you all the wind directions over all the measurements they choose. Temperatures, wind, which way it's going. So we want to search on another place. So how do we do that on this? Search locations. All the tedious stuff you got to do. Oops, what's going on here? Okay, so we want to go back in time. How do we do that? Now that's current history. Taken from the airport. Okay. How do we find that date? I have to click on something else probably. Oh, right here. July, I think it was July 26. Pretty cool, eh? And you can look up this sort of stuff. So here we go. On that day. And here's the chart here. What time was it in the night time though? I don't remember that time being mentioned. But let's see. Definitely got a 8 mile wind, 7 mile wind, 6 mile wind, 10 mile wind. Looks like it was in the evening here, so I reckon there's 0 wind there. So we need to know what time it was. And then suddenly it gusts here. So in half an hour, in 20 minutes, it's gone from 0 to 12 miles per hour. That's pretty amazing. And then it goes 0 again. Tells us the temperature here, humidity. So have we got any indication what time of night it was? Good question. 9:30. Here we go. 9:30 p.m. So what have we got here? Oh, there we go. It picks up speed there. 10 miles per hour to 8 miles per hour. So that fits with the video speed. And it looks like it's got two fronts here because it goes west and northwest. And then it sort of seems to change direction. So I'm not sure which way they were looking because we haven't got the information. Again, that's why you submit it to MUFON, because they would ask you all the extra information and actually go and visit you and actually stand where you're looking and see if it all matches up with the wind direction. So that's another thing that you could say. If you could rule out that the things were moving against the wind, you could then say that it was a UFO or craft or drone. So I'll post that link to use if you want to use it yourself, because it's all about learning here. And hello Strange Days, how's it going? Yep, I'm pretty good. It's 1:30 in the morning here. Try not to wake up people in the house. Robert was meant to join me, because that's why I'm late, because it suits UK time or Europe time rather than America. So this is the weather thing that I just used. So all these tools you can use for your own analysis. So you don't have to take my word for it. You can actually learn the tools yourself. And be a MUFON investigator. Yeah, anyone can set the paper. I'm not sure what they use, but this is the one I found when I was working with John one night. And as you can see, it's really, really good. It tells us everything we want to know on a particular day. So now we can close that down now. I think we're finished with that one. So we'll move on to the next video. So we got Moscow one in Russia. And of course you get even less information. So we haven't even got a link to the Russian one here, have we? So why is the link to that one not promoted on their site?
Ruslan Brovkin, and I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, but Ruslan captured this again within the past 24 hours. What are we looking at? Over Moscow, take a look at this.
Okay, you can see it looks like some terrain there, doesn't it? Forest. You can see a darker pattern there, but it might be just my eyes playing a trick. So we might take a snapshot of something and see if we can enhance it. So it's fading in and out because to trying to get focus. And low light, of course. Looks like it's going behind trees there. Looks like it's pretty low down. So what could it be?
Okay, Brent, I want to get your thoughts here. More orbs of light, but this one is basically a singularity effect going on here, a singular UFO, and I like the way it's just kind of like pulsating in its speed.
Yeah.
It's
we saw it going
jumping in and out
trees,
of deciding what it wants to do. It almost seems that it wants to speed up and then slow down and speed up. Brent, is this just some kind of drone or something else? Yeah.
Well, that's why you use flight radar and you get all the information and you plug it in, guys, and you say, oh, there we go, it's a plane. That plane coming in to land. But even low down on the horizon here, it could quite easily be the International Space Station. Or even a satellite. Could be, because some of them are actually low on the horizon. I think Mick West proved that as well on a video he did to demonstrate it.
It's hard telling. I like the way it just popped out of the sky out of nowhere.
So it did actually pop out the sky, guys. Well, we can see clearly there's forest there. When they zoomed in, we could see a branch or a tree at one stage there. So it's obviously popping out behind trees, maybe even a cloud.
That was very interesting. It's hard to say what it could be. It could be a drone, but then looking at it, it doesn't have any of your like regular drone lights. It's not flashing red.
So it looks like it might be something coming up here where it's going to disappear. Let me see if I can enhance it. So if anyone else has got more information on this one, be handy. Come on. Here's my mic sounding pretty clear because I've played around with the equalizer on it. Because I was getting a strange noise when I zoom in. It's making like a high pitched noise, which is kind of weird. I've tried increasing the bitrate for the audio just to see if it gets rid of it as well. So let's put it over here on another screen. And of course now we need to load it. Let's see if we can see what's in the darkness. So we use our special tool here called Curves Plus, and choose. We could choose the brightness by default, I think. And there you go. What are we seeing here? Looks like a tree, doesn't it? A tree there. It just popped out of nowhere, guys. They knew it was behind trees. Right, they didn't actually do an enhancement, did they? So we can see it's hidden this way. And it looks like it's fairly above the city there because we saw some cars on the road. So yeah. So that solves it quite easily. Shame we can't enhance the brightness on Google here. It doesn't have a brightness thing, does it?
This has a light.
That would be handy to have. Don't think it's got anything like that added to it still. Quality. So Russia. So we got any date for it? I don't think I saw any date mentioned.
Characteristic, unlike a drone. Let's give a thumbs up to everybody that's supplying footage to Third Phase Moon. Smash that thumbs up and let everybody know that that's what it takes.
Yeah, guys, give them the thumbs up. No, give them the thumbs down. Okay. Does anyone here talk about the Russian one at all? Have we got date? I can't see anything popping out here. So people have picked up the other thing I have, the Casper. How was that one? Newspaper. Yeah, but that's the one we looked at before. So to me, the brightness of this one could be still
around the world getting this information out.
Still the International Space Station.
Friends from Russia appreciate it. And again, getting another look at this, can you see the speed? It seems that it doesn't want to stay very consistent. It's almost dragging up there in the sky, whatever it is. It really got Ruslin's attention here, and our friends in Russia are keeping their eyes on the skies, and we're happy to share this video. Like you say, Brent, I don't see any indications of a commercial aircraft or any kind of blinking lights from a drone or a helicopter or an airplane. Is this again some...
See, that flickering is typical of the angle of the space station as it's moving along, reflecting to the sun. But it also could be a satellite that low down, like an Iridium satellite. So again, we'd have to plug it into the tools we've got for space. See if there's any space launches, but again, we've got no date to go on. In the sky. So if we've got date and time. we could probably debunk that one if it's a space station. But you can see currently, what's it playing here? Yep, at the moment it's playing. And you can see there's quite a lot of satellites. And International Space Station comes along here and back around here quite often. So it could be anywhere in Russia there. So you can see they've got GPS satellites there. And a lot of other Russian satellites. Probably geostationary, some of them. Well, the GPS ones generally are, aren't they? So, where's the International Space Station at the moment? In that mess. Search. International Space Station. At the moment, it's passing off the coast of Australia. So, 15 minutes ago, it was over Russia. That's how fast it travels. So yeah, you can look up on those charts here. So, unless we have the date and time and all that, and of course we've got to convert it to universal time, we could then check that out in that program there. Satellites as well as International Space Station. And we can also look up rocket launches. So let's assume it's 26th of July as well. We'll see if there's any rocket launches. Doesn't look like a rocket launch though, but we can use this website here that I bookmarked. Another handy tool. And it tells us a next launch for American. But it also gives us a calendar here for each of the months. Cool. July, come on. July the 26th. And there was no rocket launches, so we can probably rule that one out. Although there was one on the 24th here. Starlink. Quite handy. So I think it's probably going to be International Space Station in itself. So let's carry on. So they're saying it's a helicopter. It's possible, I guess, but you'd see a red light, I think, blinking.
Kind of plasmic display of a possible life form, something biological. Yeah, these things have been seen worldly, and yes, like these things have been seen from around the world, and we really can't explain this phenomenon. They're basically seen almost on a daily basis.
Now, how long these guys have been doing it for? They've got like 2,000 videos up. I'm up to 400. And they're still not showing people that they've done the analysis to prove it's not a space station and all that.
And I almost rule out drones. This does not look like a drone, but yeah, so we're going to let you decide. I sure want to hear it in the comments below. Now,
if we can get,
let's get to this next video. Coming in from
unfocused dot maybe there, we might actually see the shape of it, which will give us a clue that it's a space station. So I might just take a cut off that one. Sometimes you can prove it with video analysis. What do we got here? Looks like you got caught for the spam. Stereo is good free software. Is that web-based though? Or an app for your iPhone? Because I wanted I use this one because it's good for using on a web page and for demonstrations. There's apps called Heavens Above. You can aim at the sky, which obviously these people that film these UFOs don't know how to use the apps. You know, there's Plane Finder and the Flight Radar 24, which is the better one. You can just aim it at the sky, and it uses a GPS satellite to then bring up the map of where you're looking and overlays it on the objects that you're seeing on your camera. And it can tell you whether it's Venus and space station or even a satellite. But there's a band of satellites you can see there on the thing that has like 4,000 satellites. It's called the Highway or something like that. They've got a nickname for it. And they've got satellites at all different altitudes, right? So, is that now? Oh, right, gotta save it first. Now we can bring it into the editor. Yeah, not too many people watch my live streams on this sort of stuff. They think debunking stuff is buzzkill. But you got to remember, 99% of the stuff in the skies is explainable. And once you do it enough yourself, like I do every week, you start to see signatures. Did they stop filming after 20 minutes because sky lanterns last only 20 minutes maximum, and so on. Military flares also the same. So yeah, I don't know if we can do much with this. It's pretty poor quality, but let's scale it up and see if it looks like a ball or something else. Still need to scale it up a bit more. It's obviously overexposed here, which doesn't help. Okay, both, yeah. Okay. My brain can only cope with one program. What's the benefit of the one you're talking about there, the Stereo? Maybe I should check it out. Probably have to search for it. Okay, so it's almost like a bit hanging down here. Well, let's plug it through filters. Okay, reset that. And you can see we've got pixelization artifacts, and we're not actually getting a good shape from it. Oh, it almost looks like a square there. Very interesting. But that does sort of lend to it being the space station because it's got the square panels, right? It's not best of images, but we ain't going to waste too much time on this one. That's interesting. Is that cloud behind? See, what you're changing is various blacks to different colours, and you can start to see patterns. It's quite interesting. Psychedelic. It's working quite good. Nice and smooth. CPU is peaking up a wee bit. So we're getting a yellow thing here. But hard to know what it is. It could be one of those LED kites that someone's flying. It could be remote control LED kite. That's another thing. But unless we get some more information, there's no way to know. I'll just bring it up for you. LED. remote control kite. You don't actually need strings for it. And they can be all sorts of shapes, of course. Squares, birds, TR3Bs, so you can see they're quite big. Huge electric remote control. And of course you put LEDs on it. Can fool a lot of people. Especially these ones here, with the flying towels. Alright, the little sperms in the sky. And they're massive, some of them. Well, want to see one that might be more rectangular. A butterfly one probably might come across like that. Got lights around the outside. That one's a double triangle one. You can see how big it is here. Oh, here we go. We've got a box one that's lit up here. Glowing box height. How about that? That would fool a few people flying across the sky. So it could be that, you know. It's very possible. So again, we need more information on that one. So what do you think on that one? Here we got keyword debunking is an essential thing when we have so much bull. Yeah, it's never ending. Fake stuff makes a mockery of the subject. It does. I would say the best it's type would highly recommend. Okay, so I was going to have a quick look at your software that you recommended here. Yeah, if you're set up on Discord queue, you could join me on voice chat or even video on Discord. If you want to come and have a chat. So let's have a look, see what we can find out this software of yours for looking at the night sky. And here it is. Is it online or is it downloadable? What's going on here? Alright, still loading. Alright, so you have to download it and install it. I think Camera the Dazzle Man uses something else. And of course, I haven't got a telescope and cameras like these other experts have. I sort of self-taught on it. I think you need to watch, what is it, Mark D'Antonio. He does a Skywatch thing where he shows people how to do things. But he's got a thing that's huge in his backyard. It's like a big shed. Well, he's actually painted it so it looks like a Dalek. But he's painted it as a Minio, or what if you call that character with a single eye. I told him the Dalek would be better from Doctor Who. Yes, so it's not a web page one, is it? Can't see any link here. Windows, Mac. Has it got any pictures of it? Is there a web page one? Doesn't seem to say. What's at the end there? Helpful. Anyway, we'll just move on. I'll post the link there for people to get it if they want to play. Probably need a sip of a drink. So some money here for a little bit. Okay, no problem. You're back from work, are you? I did do this time so Robert could join me. I'm not sure if he's about. Should be up by now, shouldn't he? But I think it's been so hot in the UK that no one's sleeping very well. And when they crash, people crash and they sleep for 12 hours or more. If they're lucky, if they don't have the job to do. So let's get on to the next one. I think it's more funny the next one. course, these guys have changed their ways, right? No.
Take a look at this.
Okay.
Biological.
Biological. Oh, that's the next
Aircraft,
one,
or
isn't it?
this does not look like.
Okay, guys, this is the funny one. This shouldn't even be on a UFO channel in my book. As soon as I looked at that, I thought, I think I've seen one of those before. Looks like one of those wind turbines that sometimes have down the street with an advertising thing on it.
I think I'm witnessing my first triangular UFO.
So are they actually talking about it? Triangle UFO, I reckon. So this guy's filming it from a car, obviously. Why doesn't he not get out and get closer, right? Because he knows what it is. And if you get closer, you're going to see the stem, right? What's that say as Hallmark cards, is it? Alright, okay, Cupid. That's cool. Warm, I wish it was warm here. I got my foot on the oil heater to try and keep myself warm. Okay, it's in focus there. So he could get out in the car and walk right close to this thing, right, and film it properly. What is it? Okay, I think I did it here. Epic fail again. Turd bros, as I call them. Rotating diamond on top of the building. Out of focus, so can't see detail or stem. One of its alien tech. Nope, just a bird scaring device. 1 minute Google search. And I found the actual diamond shape here. Obviously this one's got a pair of eyes added to the top of it. So it's just like a wind thing that blows in the wind, I guess. Or maybe this one might be motorized as well. Spins around, scares off the birds. So I don't know if we can enhance it at all. I just thought it was just ridiculous having it on a UFO channel. Okay, let's see. Probably not going to get much better than that, are we? I can't seem to get it in the right spot. I don't know. Let's try and see what we can see by enhancing it. These guys make me laugh. I guess they're entertainment, but they should relabel their channel. Not a new science technology channel, but entertainment or CGI film or something. So let's see what we can do with it. Oh, I won't be able to do it with that open. Okay, here we go. Resize. I don't know if Secureteam used that one, since well, I hope he was wise to this one. So can we enhance it color wise? Probably not. You can see that we're not seeing any stem. Should be something popping up here. Kind of looks like a bird though, a bird shape, doesn't it? Looks like a bird head there, spinning around. I suppose if you do that, so you can play around with it, make it look more like a triangle, floating. Yeah, I didn't think we could do much with it. It's not close enough. Do some sharpening on it, maybe. does kind of look like a black bird there. Definitely not a triangle UFO anyway. Yeah, just not enough pixels there, unfortunately. But does look like a stem coming down here. I guess that's so pigeons don't sit in there pooping on people as they come through the entrance. I guess that's the idea of it. So yeah, I think that was the last one for them anyway. But what did they say it was? Let's have a listen. I'm trying not to burst out laughing when I listen to them, but yeah, very funny, Cupid. Like, I'm trying not to laugh as it is when I'm listening to them. Is the subs on? I'm not talking.
All right, let's take a look at this video again, and it's interesting because Much Dreadlocks Required uploaded this a few days ago, and he said it was captured in or close to Niagara Falls, Ontario. So what is this? A triangular shaped object. You could see a glimmer of light that pops on and off the camera itself. I don't think it's something from within the car. You can see he's in the parking lot, but he notices something over this shopping center. A triangular shaped rotating craft.
There,
what do
you
you
can
think?
see the stem there. So they've actually got some better footage here.
A triangular shaped rotating craft. What do you?
There you go. You can see the stem coming down here. Let's grab that one. Actually, what you could do is you could go to Google Earth, right? And if you knew the street address, zoom on the actual building itself, right? Do a street view. Easy solved, right? Did I click the tick there? It's hard to know. I think I slipped up to mine. Oh, I must have done it. Just as I'm going to do it again. So let's have a better look at this one. It's a wee bit less faded. Where's resize? Here it is. 2 in the morning, eh? Oh, there we go. It's definitely more a triangle shape. Can we see a stem? Come on, what's going on here? Got too many pictures open now, I think. Plug in a bit. Yep. Slowing down on me. Come across that bug again. Strange bug that sort of hogs all the CPU. Come on. Well, it definitely looks like a plant thing coming down. But we're just not seeing the stem. Oh well. I'll just close some of these down. They're clogging us up. Poor computer's got to do a lot of things. Alright. So it was Niagara Falls, wasn't it? So let's go there. Map. Something's clogging our CPU down. Okay. Niagara. So you spell it. Canada. New York. I guess it's Canada, isn't it? Looks like a big river there. So yeah, what's the chance we can find the shops without a street address? It'd be a good place to go there, Cupid, wouldn't it? I suppose that'd be a very expensive place to go to, tourist spot. So have we got any clues in the video where it might be? This shopping centre, that's all we got. I wonder if we can search on Hallmark. How can we find shops on this? Street View. I think Google Earth's a bit better. Maybe just type it in. What's that done? Oh, we've broken it. Oh, maybe. Might have worked. Hallmark, here we go. It did work. Okay. Looks like the same parking lot there. Okay, let's get onto Street View. Whoop. Come on. Ah! It always does that to me. What's happened? Crashed it. I crashed Google. Yeah. Is it doing something? Oh crap. What's it doing? Street View, I hope. Yeah. Not sure what's going on here though. Let's get out of that again. Ah, looks like it was just working. Bugger. Is it still working? Oh, it is. Here we go. Looks like the same place. I think I saw that in the video. Oh no, it's kept caught up to my click. Drop. No, I don't know why it scrolls up and down. That's just crazy. Here we go. Back to that again. Okay. Why is it blurry? Yeah. Well, it was meant to be here. Is it this one up here? Too close now. How do we go back? Go that way. I think it's going too slow for some reason. What's going on with my internet speed? I think it might be that one there, is it? Can't see anything on the roof though. What's this way? I bet you guys could find it quicker than I can. It's going slow. Come on. Won't go further out. What else can we use on this? Up arrow? It's doing something. seem to be stuck for some reason. Why are we stuck? Okay, can we go that way? We're getting in trouble again. We're in the shop. What? How can we get in the shop? Oh, it must have been a walker. Well, that's why. How do we get out the shop now? This is hopeless. It's going too slow. Let's try going. Back to that way. Come on, I want to go there. We're going in the shop again. Get out of the shop. We can waste a lot of time on this. We're stuck in the shop again. Maybe if you can't drive in. What's going on? We're being sabotaged. That's annoying. Where did it drop to? Nowhere. Come on. Got it. What's it doing? Okay, where are we now? Going into it. Okay. That's probably not even the right location. Let's see. So you can see it's going slow. We've got the stupid cursor up. Yeah. Something's slowing us down. I'll close that down. Come on. Come back to us. What else we got open here? Shouldn't be anything slowing us down. Bloody men in black again. Come on. Something strange going on here. Really weird. Okay, can we reload it? It could be a browser bug, I suppose. Okay, let's have a look again at shops. Some of my internet connections got slow. The Source is one of them. Merc. You want to know the other shop next to it. It's frustrating. So the focus there. Does look like the same area though, doesn't it? It's got the high mass lights. It's got to be there. Whereabouts are we? Should be going forward, shouldn't we? Is it just slow? What's going on here? Is it space to go forward on this? How do we go forward? I'm just clicking there and it won't let me go. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? I just want to go in the driveway. Probably that's the exit only, is it? Of course we're on the wrong side of the road or something, are we? Bloody America, why can't they drive on the same side as us? Could be just my internet connection is too slow. Well, I don't know if I can paste it to you guys and you can have a look. Maybe you get faster connection. Let's see, does it keep the GPS? Let's see, does it take you to the same location? That says the source. That's got to be the location, right? We saw the source. Can we go in there? Come on, I want to go in there. What's that sign mean? Don't tell me that's coming out. Come on. Google, you're limiting us. Why? Zoom out, you reckon? Okay. Zoom in, maybe. Here we go, zooming in. The source. It's got to be this building over here. There. I think I can see it there. I think we're in the right place. Zooming in and out works, but why can't we enter? Okay, so we want to exit there. And drop it here. That's working properly now. Is it? No. Why is it not doing it? Ah. So we're on the wrong side of the building. The source. I need to be down here. Looks like Google didn't go there. Because we can't drop the man there. I don't believe it. Oh, here we go. Where the blue lines are is where you can go. What's this down here? Photosphere. Street view. Is that something new? What's it doing? Doing something. Oh well, we might have to flag this one. This is the closest we're going to get to it. Well, looks what. Source. Hallmark. That's got to be it there, isn't it? Can't see the device though. I bet the device was put up after this image was taken. So I think that's best we're going to do. I don't think it's there, but it might be. So you can see you can spend a lot of time debunking this sort of stuff, right? And then just submit it to the person on MUFON and say, well, here's all the things I'd looked at. Can't see it. So we'll probably have to go to... what can we do? Well, we can't prove that one, because obviously they've added it since that guy went to the shops, right? That's probably what's happened. Probably added it this month, and when was this image taken? July? How can we find out when the image was taken? Image July says no. Capture July, but it doesn't give us a time. There we go. We can go back in time. So that's typical. They took a picture and then they put a thing on top of the thing building, and it was after they've been there. August. Oh, well, no buildings there. Look, there's a paddock. That's pretty cool. They've added that feature there so we can see what it was back in time. And then it's got for sale by the looks of it. And then we got buildings. So we can select back in time. And I'll go there. Can't see any things on the building. Oh, well. Thought that was going to be an easy one, but obviously not. So let's just type it in. Bird scaring device Niagara shops. It's definitely getting slow on my internet here. Spending too long on this one, I think. Oh, look what comes up. Third phase on Twitter. There you go. It's actually my Twitter. So there you go. I'm getting more popular. They've actually scraped my Twitter snapshot. Looks like in a different country though. It's interesting. Well, looks like we're not going to get in the location we want. Top of shops. Bird chase, bikes, pigeons. What other ones I got here? Pigeon scarer, crow scarer. Ah, you can have a kite, can you? So that's another possibility. Maybe it picks up wind and it flies attached to the building, does it? But it looks more like something like this here. Something rotating. You'd think it'd be easy to spot one. There's my Twitter post again. It's amazing how often that's coming up. Well, that one obviously wasn't scared off. But here we go. That looks very similar. Eagle eye, bird control. Looks very similar. There we go. Solar panelled one that turns, is it? There we go. That looks like the one, but on the top of a house here. It's closer match to than the other one I had. There we go. Spinning. What's going on here? Something going crazy. Is it loading a load of images or something? Pyramid! I think that's the one we're looking at though. So far this guy's got it in focus here, and we can see the curvy bit at the bottom, but we couldn't see this thing. See, that one's a better image. You can see how thin it is. Even that one's quite hard to see, right? I suppose maybe it's painted different colour there, so the birds don't see it. Less shiny than the top bit. What the hell is this site? Oh well, I'll post you the link there. It's on Reddit by the looks of it. But I think that's a match. Solved. I suppose Q's gone to bed by now. Is it? Okay. Who's with us still? We've got 3 people. Okay, so I think that one we can just forget about it. Now look, here's another one here that looks very similar. Further away again. So that's obviously not wind. That's actually powered by the solar cell and battery bullets for it. So, anything else on this one? I think that's it. Yeah. Let's scroll down here. No, this is terrible. Okay, so Area 51. Pyramid is a bird's deterrent. Is a bird detector. I live in Niagara Falls, down the street from those stores. There's a bird scarer. So there you go. Can't get any better than that. 3 days ago that was posted. What else we got here? False flag. Spinning diamond. They reckon it's an advertisement. No. Good guess though. Another good video. Is that guy just pulling their leg or what? I live in Jasper and shared that video with the local newspaper. We'll see if it gets any response. Probably laughter, I'd say. Can you keep me up to date? So what did they say? Let's have a look. All City. Actually, wasn't that the first one though? Oh yeah, that was the first one, not the third one. Wasn't the last one above Hallmark shop? Coloured balloons? So well, that's a good guess, but no. Bird deterrent, another one. That's number 3 or 4 now. This is beyond ridiculous at this point. Show people the interdimensional truth or allow me to. Don't know what he's on about. Is there triangle craft? Haha, so they're laughing at it. Mothership. I think the comments are probably more funny than the rest of it. Cousins, brothers, mod pictures from Niagara Falls, US of 3 orbs. I'm supposed to have that up on the next video, I guess. In the first video, definitely other world's fleet. Lights, orbs, triangle shafts. So that was lead balloons that we think it was. He's peed off another person in a car, or has possibility of getting closer, or another angle, another foul. Well, they do it on purpose. They just want to do it for a joke and send it on to these third phase on the moon guys. See if they get fame, right? He lives in Sweden, never seen anything like that. Obviously he hasn't looked up the sky much to see the International Space Station flying past. Yeah, so there's no useful comments here, apart from the bird scaring. So let's have a look at the other video they've just put up not long ago. That's on my computer. Doesn't play up. Okay, so this one here, what's this one? So I got Q into debunking live now. So everybody likes to really prove stuff to be a UFO or not. It's fun, you know. So what are we looking at here? Another spud cam. Looks like it's a twister or some sort, is it? So let's see, we'll put on the cousin bros.
I don't want. It's really weird. I've never seen anything like that before. It's not quite a jet. It's
New footage distant to third phase of moon weather phenomenon happening right now. Submissions coming in from around the world. We're going to share this right now. Lines across the skies.
look at it move.
Oh, come on, that's contrail going horizontal, not vertical. Like, you can see it turning here.
Rips through the clouds across the United States.
It's not ripping through the clouds, it's below the cloud. I think I can even prove it. And of course it's dark because there's no sun. Refracts darker colours. Stick it through some filtering. Probably go slow again. Okay, you can actually see it's transparent here, can't you? Maybe I just scale it up a bit. Yeah, it's definitely going slow. Why? It doesn't make any sense. I rotated it. That'll do, doesn't matter. 1280. Okay, so is it transparent? Looks kind of like it. Ripping through the clouds, I reckon. Doesn't look like it. You can see the cloud through here. See it's a lighter colour in the background. Definitely looks like it's going through it. You can see it definitely looks like a contrail there. And you can see here that it's definitely over top off the background, because that would be dark coming through. And you can see it's fading out here. It's quite good when you can swap all the different colours of white and blacks and see how different blacks make up the image. Sort of gives you a 3D effect. So it looks like it was travelled down here because it's going this way, and it turns at the bottom here. So it's a plane that's passed here, and this is expanded over and starting to fade out here. So now we can see it on that image there. So let's go back.
Of America and a Cessna that seems to be in a vortex, but we're looking at this footage. What are we looking at?
Plane contrail. Look at this line move through the sky. It's really quick. It's like a shadow. And like I said, I saw one 2 days ago. Hundreds of miles away from here.
Optical illusion. How many times have we seen that though?
Apparently there's some
Again, that shouldn't be up on a UFO channel. Plane, duck, contrail, overcast, maybe. So it's thinking about it. What's going on? Okay. So here we go. That one's above the cloud. And here we go. We've got some ones here. Although we're not getting under. That's a pretty cool one. This one's similar, higher up though. That one's getting closer to what we want. Yeah, sometimes you just can't pattern the image that you're after. So here we go, this one's definitely darker. Over a farm here. So it looks like it's come from there because it's faded and it's gone overhead. Exactly the same. I have seen better ones than that though. And look at this one. Obviously it's got eddies, you know. It's been around here. And there's another crazy one with the jets. Anyway, enough on that one. Let's carry on.
huge solar action going on right now today, July 31st, 2019.
Yeah, hello there in the side chat. Yep, another late one. 2:30 in the
So
morning.
it's disappeared on one side, it's turned into just this little area right here.
Here it's windy, so it looks like wind's going that direction. Hopefully you can hear us. I think I've got it redirecting right.
Right, July 31st, 2019, just at the end of the month, Leo's Oddities captures something over the skies. Vancouver, BC, Canada. What's going on? We're looking at it. And
Again, we got enough
the phenomenon
information there to plug that into Vancouver, BC. What was the date? Got date and time.
What's going on? We're looking at it, and the phenomenon continues. Brett, I want to get your thoughts. What's happening in the skies around the world? We're getting incredible footage,
Flames.
photographs, videos that we're going to be sharing throughout this episode. Yeah, Blake, this is incredible. You can see the line, the shadow, like he explains. You can see it moving. It's actually ripping through the sky. We actually added a little fast motion. Then it comes to this, an aerial footage that was captured just weeks ago over the skies. Sharing throughout this episode.
Obviously, it's not the same plane.
We actually added a little fast motion. Then it comes.
That's a plane higher up above the cloud layer. Yeah, stupid. Yeah.
It was captured July 26th, and whatever.
July 26th, but here we go. Time.
It is definitely in the same similarities of what we've been seeing around the world. And again, a name of Shockwave, and this was. You can see it moving. It's actually ripping through the sky. We actually added a little fast motion. Then it comes to this, an aerial footage that was captured just.
No, I must have missed it. Have we got in the information here? So we can plug that into Flight Radar if we really want to prove it. We'll keep on going anyway. Get to maybe something better further on. And then we'll look at Secureteam's videos and go through it. Probably got all these tabs, so I'll probably never get to them.
At third phase of moon, and what a great capture! Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't.
Come on, keep going. I think there must be a lot of people
counter with
using the
the same
in
phenomenon. I want you guys to take a look at this.
Is it all contrails? Is it?
Oh, it keeps going down. Way down there. Yeah.
Only third phase could turn plane contrails into
stuff, but
UFOs.
the pattern remains the same. You can see it went basically south of the island, and you can see its after effects. Total.
Okay, that looks like two merging clouds. That one does. Definitely two different cloud banks, right? Well, it's not abnormal to get clouds like that in the sky. We even get them in New Zealand. So it looks like it's all about clouds, I guess. That is a crazy shaped one, that one. You can see a plane flying through it. But could that have been made by the plane, you know? Some sort of smoke display. It's hard to know.
Yeah, wild photos. Is this some sort of air show?
Yes.
And creating a new kind of phenomenon, a new
cloud.
circus event that's going to excite people on the ground.
Circus. That's a good word there for these two. They are circus. I think that's probably all we're going to do for this one. Looks like it might be a air show, that one. And that's all about clouds. So, mate, this is how terrible the UFO field has become. That's the best stuff we're getting from these big channels. You'd think people would be submitting lots of better stuff than that. And of course they're repeating Ancient Aliens BS. I don't know if anyone watches that anymore, do you? But even that's laughable. I thought they were finished after season 2, but what are they up to now? Season 16 or something? It's amazing what they can keep digging up. So, yep, we'll finish for them. And let's quickly do Secureteam. Suppose he's put out something new. Oh, yes, he has. No, he hasn't. I thought he had. No, 3 days ago. Okay, so let's have a look. Can't remember what he did. Oh, that music gets me every time. Yeah, come on, Google, stop sabotaging us. Ton of stuff to cover, guys. So he had the up like 15 minutes and he got demonetized on this one, but guess what? Clickbait title, right? Proves something big about to go down, you know, that's straight away clickbait. After he got demonetized, right? So he's got special treatment over other channels out there. Do we listen to him?
To be back posting here, and of course, we have a list of things to talk about, from UFOs to strange things seen in our skies, things happening with Mother Earth that may or may not be hinting to some pretty big things coming, and well, that is going to be for you guys to find out and decide. So the first thing I want to start off with today is the spotting of a NASA aircraft, registered NASA aircraft, that was captured by multiple sources who are also reporting on this, and I'll go ahead and reference the one I saw here in just...
What are you saying, Kevin? Bird Scarer, this is a back garden allotment on Michael F. behind the shops. So you proved it's on the top of the building. Has Google got a better shot of it? I think we're done with that. I think we definitely know it's a bird scarer. You still got mod rights, so you can post a Google link to it if you want to, and you can just load it up in a tab. Shame you can't share images down the side, really, isn't it? Google needs to expand it. So this is a flight path of a plane. What's so suspicious about that?
Just a minute, but it was noticed that this NASA aircraft was doing these sort of just really strange but precise zigzag flying patterns near and over the San Andreas fault line in California. Now, what is the San Andreas fault line? If you don't know yet, well, it's a massive fault that runs up and through California that basically connects and forms the tectonic boundary between the Pacific plate and the North American plate.
Oh yeah, so I don't know if NASA's doing any running special laser gear or whatever to try and work out whether the land has moved with the earthquake or whatever. Surveying fault line. Let's find out. That looks like it there, doesn't it? Straight come up. Well, that's 2014 even. 3D map study shows before and after Mexico quake, so that's probably NASA explores hidden underground substructures. 2012. California quake, NASA finds 217 mile fault under California. So that was end of last year. So no wonder you got the big quake there, right? What have we got here? So probably have to search, but it looks like they've been studying the place since 2012 anyway. So it makes sense. If you studied it every, was it 3 years? Let's see. No, every 2 years. They probably do it every year, same thing. See if it changes. Alright, so they've got a pod underneath for the plane. There you go. Pod underneath. Looks almost like something would go to the World Trade Center, huh? Missile pod. Okay, so let's see if we can find any current one. This month. 3 days ago. There's the big one coming, so I guess this is where Tyler got it from. NASA maps surface changes from California quakes. Surprise, surprise, we just found out they were doing that before. So you could say it was the big one coming in 2012, 2014, and 2017 we saw, in 2018. So yeah, scaremongering. You can see why Google took away the ads straight away. NASA program. So that must be it here, is it? It doesn't. System fault, no. So let's have a look at this one here. There we go. So that's what they were doing. Almost looks like a fractal pattern, doesn't it? So the stresses. Routes, mapping, imaging. Damage from 2 strong crates, Southern California. Seen from space. So you can see what's going to happen. They might be able to use or put a satellite in space that does this all the time. Let's see if they can predict quakes, or even aim it at other planets, right? Put it in probes and see if they've got fault lines like that. Pretty interesting. I'll post that link near JPL. But see, why didn't he do the research here and actually put it together into a nice episode? Oh, NASA's doing this, you know, mapping, blah blah blah. Rather than scaremongering people. Okay, what do we got? Ever heard of the fault line before? Surely you have. Okay, so what's the next bit he's got here?
And for this reason, entire California coast set off potentially the big one, the big earthquake. And so any of you who may want to have at least an idea, aviation aficionados were watching these different aircraft when they noticed a NASA aircraft flying over California and on multiple routes was seen doing the strange zigzag patterns in other areas of California that could trigger.
Okay, keep on going.
Scanning what appears to be along the San Andreas fault line and connecting fault lines. You can check out the flight pattern.
They should do New Zealand. When we had the last quake, it raised the sea.
They're now monitoring these things underground.
It raised the land 1.5 meters above the sea. You know, you're talking about the rising sea levels. Well, actually, New Zealand's actually getting higher from earthquakes, lifting upwards. So that
the tectonic plates, the mystery booms and rumbles that have been heard,
global climate change
under the ground across the globe. We've also recently had a lot of reports.
Okay, so lightning without
of strange, massive lightning storms, or what appear to be lightning storms, but that won't actually feature any lightning bolts or thunder afterwards. Or if they do, the thunder will appear in one large boom and then disappear as the lightning continues, and you'll hear no more thunder before or after. It's really strange, and you're seeing one of these
Okay, it's not really strange. If you live near a coastline like Australia, where Gold Coast, you actually see a lot of these types of storms out to sea, and you see the flashes, and you don't actually hear any sound from it. So if you type in can you get lightning without thunder? It also so here, okay. Weather 101, that sounds like us. Alright, you're being sarcastic. Yeah, I know you're a hardcore fan of Secureteam and third phase though, Qubit. So, lightning is a giant spark of electricity. Yes, Tesla was mucking around with it. What are cloud flashes? A cloud flash is lightning that occurs inside the cloud, which looked like that was on the video. Travels from one part of a cloud to another, or from the cloud to the air. What is a step ladder? A step ladder is a stream of weakly charged particles that flows from the cloud. It moves towards the ground, starting and stopping and sometimes branching, trying to find the path. So that's where it goes zigzaggy when it strikes the ground. So they call that a step and ladder. What else we got? Is it possible to have thunder without lightning? No, it's not possible to have thunder without lightning. thunder is a direct result of lightning. However, it is possible that you might see lightning and not hear the thunder because it was too far away. Sometimes this is called heat lightning. Okay, the key word there is sometimes it's called heat lightning, but obviously if you live near a coast, you see this type of stuff all the time. Because it occurs most often in the summer. I suppose that's mostly in big landmass of USA. Is lightning always produced by thunderstorm? Thunderstorms always have lightning. Thunder is caused by lightning, and you can have a thunderstorm without thunder. You can't have a thunderstorm without thunder, but you can have lightning without a thunderstorm. So there you go. Dry lightning occurs without rain nearby. The NOAA, National whatever it was, Atmospheric Association, Storm Protection Center routinely forecasts dry lightning because this kind is more likely to cause forest fires. Okay. What is a bolt from the blue? A bolt from the blue is a cloud-to-ground flash which typically comes out of the backside of the thunderstorm cloud, travels at relatively large distance in clear air. I think there's something like 1,000 strikes every hour, isn't it? Somewhere in the world. I've looked at this before. It's quite fascinating. How many lightning strikes worldwide per hour? Could be 5,000, I think. Can't remember now. Okay, let's see. Lightning facts. Yeah, that's a good one. Whoa. You heard that true story where a couple were having sex down on a embankment from a peak, and the thunderstorm happened, and apparently one of these actually hit the back of the girl on top of the guy and killed her straight away, but fused her to his man of wonder because of the current going through her to him. And she died, of course, and she was dead on top of him, and he couldn't move because he was stuck to her. This is a true story, and he was there for days. No one noticed him because he was down the peak, and a bear, a brown bear, I think it was, or black bear, come along and started eating his dead girlfriend on top of him. It's a pretty gory story. And he just lay there pretending dead, and basically the bear walked away again. And I'm not too sure what the rest of the story was, how he got found. But yeah, it's pretty disgusting, really. I suppose it would have knocked him out and he come to with her dead on top, I suppose. What a way to go, though. Trying to find how many per hour. Looks like that was a little reading. What country has the most lightning strikes? Well, obviously it's going to be a big landmass. 20 years. Democratic Republic of Congo. There you go. What are you saying? Sheet lightning can be like that. Screw you. Why? Step ladder comes up from the ground, makes a connection. I'm not too sure. That's like the Tesla thing with the two bars. So. I'm just trying to find the stats. There we go. There are over 3 million flashes every day. So what's that work to an hour? 10 striking facts. Come on, open up. Sure, I clicked on it. What's going on here? That's in UK. There are as many as 40,000 lightning strikes. It changed when I was reading it. Speed of lightning, speed of light. Lightning strikes, beach. What's going on here? On one night, 40,000 in one night. Whereabouts was that? So it's not even across the globe, bollocks. About 20 lightning strikes per minute in Lake Mara, Capio, and Venezuela. What else we got? Helicopters causing lightning. No. What's that one? 1.4 billion strikes every year. That's just crazy. But there's some theories that we need the lightning because it actually heals the protective ionosphere of the planet from solar winds. So, but obviously that's going to destroy ozone, isn't it? As well. Catch-22, surely. But again, it should create ozone, shouldn't it? Electricity through air. Destroy and create at the same time. Volcanic. So we didn't really get a global reading there, apart from 1.4 billion. That's just crazy. Anyway. Did I share those links? Did I share that one? Oh yes, I did. Okay, what else we got here?
Mystery atmospheric lightning storms that just occurred over the UK.
Okay, you can see it looks like it's filming through a window here. Got some reflection.
And that was apparently freaking out a number of their residents because of the lack of lightning and for this one
There we go, got the edge of a window frame.
single loud soul-crushing boom that you will hear in the footage.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of living in Queensland. They get really good storms over there.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it there.
Good, let's carry on. Electric shocks on Colorado, 14 miners. Obviously it's a mountain range. I suppose it's possible. Depends what the rocks are made of, I guess. Let's see. What would hold charge? Quartz, maybe, and iron. Charged rocks. Here we go for time. Is it going to give us anything? Teenagers charged for throwing rocks. Electrical charge, maybe. What you can do is you can get certain rocks with a lot of silica on it, and you can grind it down, and you can put zinc and copper probes in it, and it actually acts like a battery. But what it does is it absorbs radio waves from like TV transmission and radio waves, and it converts it back into a voltage and a low current, of course. Because a lot of people said that's free energy, but it's not. It's actually coming from our own transmissions on the planet. And who is that guy? The Hutchison effect guy, Canadian, I think he is. Bit of a crackpot. He actually shows how to make these batteries. And in fact, he's actually got a a silica rock with quartz in it, and he actually puts a multimeter on it, and it's actually giving off a voltage because it's absorbing the radio waves. But he doesn't tell you that. He says he can grind it up and send you a battery in post for $20. If you don't want to make it yourself. So electrical conducting rocks. So it looks like there's a wee bit on it here. Flowing water. So if water is actually pure, it actually is an insulator. So you can't actually get electric shock. So if you jumped into a distilled water in a swimming pool and threw in a electric heater, you won't get shocked from it. You only get shocked when it's got particles in the water, and then it becomes instead of an insulator, it becomes a good conductor, especially seawater. It's got the salt in it. In case you didn't know that. I didn't know that until I did my thing on Tesla. Remember that bit I added on it about radiant energy and the EV grey motor, where he was using Tesla's spark gap to produce more energy, and he was powering up back of lights off this engine that was actually run off just a 12-volt battery for endless time, pretty much. So that's what Tesla was working on anyway. But he puts a couple of probes in the water and gets someone to dip the finger in. I suspect that was a trick, rather than what he called what do you call it? You know how you got symmetric particles where you got opposites for antimatter and all that? He was saying that was like radiant energy was another form of electricity, but you don't get electric shock from it. I think he may have been doing a prank or hoax there with the TV guide when he's told to stick his finger in it. So I think that was distilled water. If you did it with tap water, you'd probably get shocked. Not the sort of thing you want to do. So, what's this one here? What's Keyword up to? Alright. So, what did it say? I thought we were done with that one. I thought you weren't going to be around long. You could have been on voice chat. So, because I don't always read the thing until I zoom in because I can't see it. Alright, lightning map. That's pretty cool. New Zealand just had a big storm system fly over. And we ain't even featured down there. But there was no lightning. Looks like it's a big storm off coast of Florida there. Oh yeah, it's a pretty handy link. So storm chasers, I guess you might use it. I don't know. What's the point of it? Can we zoom right in? Oh, yep. Well, next time we get I might just bookmark that, that's kind of handy. Next time we get a big storm, see if we can see any lightning where you live. Okay, let's go back to the rock. Let's see, what does it say here? Electrical charge on mineral surfaces changes in flowing water. So what was it? It looks like it's overcast here. So what's he saying here?
Hair on their arms.
What's happened to our sound redirection? Something going crazy here again.
Heads started to stand up, and they noticed this very obvious electrical.
Well, look, you can see his hair's gone upwards in the picture here. As far as if they were that far as them, they should get down off that mountain, because that generally means there's going to be a lightning strike too.
current moving through the air that put them in fear for their lives. So you're seeing an image of that here, and here is a clip from the Denver News that covered this strange electrical phenomenon as well.
Well, how about an electric current so powerful it caused a hair to stand on end while you're on top of a 14er?
It happened on 2 different mountains this past weekend. And Denver 7's Jessica Porter spoke with the hikers and explains how to keep this from happening to you.
That was my 10th 14er, but that was craziest one.
John Savage and Anna Duncan thought they did everything right. They left early Sunday, checked the weather forecast, and brought the right gear for their hike up Mount Evans.
You look at the sky, it's bright blue, everything's great, then it got bad.
At nearly 14,000 feet, a storm started moving in, so they rushed to the parking lot near the top to get a ride down. That's when Anna snapped this picture of John's hair standing straight up.
I was hearing crackling inside of my head and a weird buzzing whistling that gave me the willies.
My walking poles, they would tingle and there would be a shock. It would be about 50 volts that would arc from the metal to my hand. That was crazy. I didn't realize my hair was up on end.
The same day, Lori Corliss says she and over 30 hikers were running down Mount Princeton for their lives. With no clouds or lightning, they started getting shocked by electricity.
We all started feeling our hair stand up, skin was tingling, everything was...
So it's not really a mystery at all. It's obviously to do what they're saying here about what minerals are in the rock, whether there's moisture in the air, and of course wind currents will charge the ground, won't it? Again, Tesla was mucking around with that sort of stuff. He was charging the ground and he was plugging light bulbs certain distances. He was actually using the ground like a cable, because his idea of free electricity would be that they don't use any wires, but you use the actual ground itself as the main cable, and the atmosphere as a return of the current. It's a shame he didn't get funded to do more research on that sort of stuff, because I think we would be way ahead further now. He got too old in the end. Turbo electro effect was this one. Because when the bankers found out he was going to offer electricity which couldn't be metered, they pulled the plug on him. Greedy bankers, and they're still around today. What was the banker? What's the guy's name? I can't quite remember what the thing. It's in my documentary. Morgan, JP Morgan, that's it. JP Morgan. So they're still around. Electromagnetism, rubbing the two materials each increases contact. Type of contact electrification on which certain materials become electrically charged after they are separated from different material with which they were in contact. We all do that in school, didn't we? I don't know how many people get shocked when they go and touch their car handle. That's another one that normally gets you in summer. Rocks and soils. So there's a lot of research on this sort of stuff, obviously. Electrolight. PhDs, guys doing it. It's not the sort of thing I'm interested in though. Thermal conductivity. So that's heat transference, isn't it? Granic. So they're doing all sorts of studies on rocks. List of thermal. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked here. Diamond, copper. That'll blow your head, all that. That's egghead time. Alright, so let's get on. And of course he's got that one we looked at earlier on the third phase of the moon, which we believe are just led balloons because of the whiteness. And they can be up to what, 30 inches in size.
Drones, maybe? They're either.
So what else we got? Anything else? Sacrifice your sleep. I didn't think it was that interesting. Some people like what I do when I do these debunked ones. It was meant to be Robert on talking about part 2 of the school UFOs. He's done a lot of research and he wants to present it. So I was going to let him do it tonight. But it looks like it's going to have to be maybe tomorrow, maybe, or the weekend. We'll see what happens anyway.
And captured in the skies above Bogota, Colombia.
Colombia? Oh, this one. Trying to work out what this one is. Any clues, guys, on this one? I had a couple of theories. We've seen something like this before. Remember that guy put LED bulbs on pigeons and he set them off in UK, I think it was. It looks something similar to that. Could be spotlights on seagulls. Sort of looks like it's blinking there. Could it be drones? Drone air show. Oh, it looks like it could be birds though, doesn't it?
Okay, so whereas in the first clip we had maybe 30 or 40 lights slowly drifting through the sky, here it looks like thousands of objects, and I can't tell if these things are self-illuminating or if they're reflecting light or not, but there looks to be thousands of them. And this guy who's recording it, obviously totally taken aback. He's trying to get the best footage he can, but we have a massive fleet of objects here that seem to be holding information. They're not all just going one way or the other. They're holding the...
So I just wonder if anyone's got extra information on that one. I don't think it's alien craft. It looks like small objects illuminated. What do you think on that one, Q? Robert sucks eggs. I think he's sleeping. He'll be hungry when he gets up though. That's really cool. Stream TV. Okay, I think we'll put up on that. So what are they saying here? Anything? Video fleet of UFOs. Colombia. What's it say here? Always turn your phone sideways. Casper or Colombia. So I wonder if we can find anything on the Colombia one. Let's see. Colombia. Orbs. I don't know. Let's see. In the last month. Maybe go for images. So what have we got? Balloons? No. Well, it certainly looks like balloons. Is that the same one? What's that one looking at there? Paranormal. Probably have to try something else. Orbs always seems to go to paranormal, doesn't it? UFOs, maybe. Again, nothing's popping up. Do we have any more information on that? Nope. Where's the links? So he's not putting links to these people's videos. So there's not much information on it. What you got? Do I use Nightbot? No, not heard of that one. I use Discord. Is it add-on or what? Is it add-on for Hangouts or something? I thought Hangouts is finishing today, isn't it? Columbia. I spelled it wrong, that's probably why I can't find it. It's Columbia. Okay, probably explains why we didn't find it. Yeah. Columbia, that's America, isn't it? I think. See if that finds it. Nope, I might have to narrow down the search time. Usage rights. More tools. Where's the search thing gone? Tool settings. Oh, where's the date thing? Past month. Oh, here we are. Past week. Oh, you think it would pop up? Is that the one? Nope. What can we do to find? Probably an air show, right? Columbia. Probably. What is it? They use a special different spelling, don't they? Okay, it's annoying. Oh, what's that one? Oh, that's that fake one. Coming from a portal. That's actually CGI. Yes. Okay, so we got other information here. Let's keep playing the video, see what comes up.
Y después digan que no se lo dije que eran ovnis. Ovnis en Colombia.
No Inca.
Ovnis en Bogotá, Colombia.
Okay, so whereas in the first clip we had maybe 30 or 40 lights slowly drifting through the sky, here it looks like thousands of objects.
Thousands.
And I can't tell if these things...
That's not. Let's see. I'd say it's about 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30 maybe.
Things are self-illuminating, or if they're reflecting light or not, but there looks to be thousands of them. And this guy who's recording it, obviously totally taken aback. He's trying to get the best footage he can, but we have a massive fleet of objects here that seem to be holding in formation. They're not all just going one way or the other. They're holding this strange blob of a shape as they slowly drift through the night sky.
Is it drone display? Is it meant to be representing something like a figure? Kind of looks like it.
And it's very, very eerie. So, like I said, if you thought the first clip
Secureteam
was interesting, or maybe something you've seen before, I knew that this one would
Is it rotating there?
Really make you have to sit back and say, okay, what was just seen above Columbia? So big thanks to the viewer who posted that, and the links to all these I'll put down below. So, yeah, with that, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here and get back to work. Like I said, I'm happy to be back. I appreciate your patience, so stay tuned, subscribe, share, and I will see you all back in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.
Yeah, so, shame we can't find that. I wonder if we can do a screen snapshot and do reverse search on it. That might help. Where is it?
Ovnis en Colombia. Ovnis. Mire. Y después
So
digan
got this somewhere.
que no se lo dije que eran ovnis. Ovnis en Colombia.
Colombia.
Through the sky here.
There we go. He slowed it down for us.
Bogotá, Colombia.
Okay, so...
Okay, we want to get a snap of that. Have you got any information down the side? Yeah, because he is a retard. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the guy. You think with all the stuff that he got in contact with, the big names out there, that he would clean up his act on the UFO channel a bit. I think maybe he's depressed because they've abandoned him, because they've seen the stuff he's still putting up. What's the best UFO cases? Well, we've been going through a few of them recently. What was it? The school ones, the 3 school ones are quite good. Of course, we're yet to do the African school with Roberts. 3 school ones here. Let's see, what was the other stuff we looked at? Okay, the Kenneth Arnold sighting with William and Roswell, where we compared the UFO shape to those other cases. We think it might be the same craft that crashed, but we weren't sure whether it was alien technology or some flying wing technology they were testing. Because we pointed out there that Kenneth Arnold actually saw one shape that was a boomerang, and the others were this sort of weird shape, like a stingray. 8 of them were a stingray, so we talk about that in the episode. So there's some of the good ones there. And of course the Pascagoula one, which I've still yet to do some more clean-up interviews from Hynek on that particular case. The Predator one here from Bruce Maccabee was an interesting one, where his wife was hunting and saw what looked like the Predator jumping between 2 trees, but she didn't take any picture of it. But I debunked the video that they said was caused by interference from the creature in the trees, which I debunked. It's a bit scary when I debunk Bruce Maccabee stuff. Some interesting stuff there on ghosts, which is really could be related to interdimensional beings, which is related to the UFO stuff as well. So Ghost of Morgan City had episode 3, which if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's really great. Apart from that, it's not really much going. Apart from Mojo's one, which was the guy saying it was a side of a truck this time. But it's alright cherry picking some light formations from his video. So I'm still open on that one. What else did we do recently? There's almost a lot of stuff I do. I do lots and lots and lots of stuff. What's that one here? Stanton Freeman. We were looking to his background there, sort of and he just died a couple of days later. And I thought, oh well, I'm going to get a lot of hate now on that. But yeah, I think he was always bragging about what he used to do, but we never found any footage of what he actually did. He always claimed he was working on nuclear engines, but he was really just working in the back. My voice is going. He was working in the back room, analyzing stuff. He wasn't actually like the guy designing the nuclear engines and pushing the button. But he always seemed to come across that he was proud to help design these things. But he was the one, and probably one of the best UFO researchers that we've got that's now passed. So we're getting less and less people in America there that are doing some research like he did. And what's good about Stanton, that we pointed out, he actually paid for his own hotel and transport. He wouldn't let anyone pay for that side of things. So good on him for doing that, because everybody would ask for everything they could get, all the perks for going to these conferences. He was the only one that didn't. And he probably got underpaid too. All the others always quoted more money than what he asked for. So we found out a few things there about him. He tried to troll people on Reddit, and he got done badly. So we found that piece of information. So you don't know too much about that, but yeah, best cases. It's not too many out there really. We got some more to look at. There's a case in South America where they actually got burnt by a laser beam from a UFO. So probably me and Robert will probably go over some of those old cases at some stage. But yeah, back to the one in this thing. Is that the one here? Looks similar. No, it's a bus. Yeah. Okay, we can't find. What's this one? I suppose I should catch up on the comment. Are you talking about Kenneth Arnold? Yeah. Yeah, he always said it was possibly some black ops. He never said they were alien craft. But it's funny, if you have a look at that live we did, we actually look at the images of what someone said was what the Roswell crash looked like, and I think they got it from a case that happened that was printed on the same paper, the William Rhodes case. So it was actually on the same front page or something. So I think they got the idea that that was related to the same thing, and so they created a Roswell UFO crash model, which looked like the other guy's photographs, rather than the classic saucer. So we're not too sure what crashed, because it skimmed, and the ranchers saw a debris field, but there's meant to be a second crash site that they didn't know about. So it looks like I can't find this Colombo one because we ain't got information on it. To me, that kind of looks like a drone air show. Let's see. Could have been something happening down there. What was 26th of July? Was there any football matches going on? Can't be, can there? Drone air show. Columbia. Let's see what comes up. Drone shield protection. Okay. Okay. So they're talking about protecting airports there, I guess. Spelled it wrong, but it corrects it up here. Well, there's a lot of drones here, but it's not night time. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to find any information on this one. What's that one there? Travis Air Force Base. Places something. Oh, here we go. That looks similar. Drone show software. Looks very similar, doesn't it? Coming down. So what does it look like here? Does sort of have a pattern to it, doesn't it? I think it's just the air show myself. Portfolio. We've got a few videos. Star shape. 20 drones creating 2D shapes. What's it doing? Does it create an octopus in the sky? Drone swarm, light show. Oh. Looks like it can open up. Oh, here we go. It's going the opposite direction though. Oh, suddenly comes up. So how many there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. So we want one with 30. So yeah, that's kind of suspicious why that guy didn't keep filming.
Whereas in the first clip, we had maybe 30 or 40 lights slowly drifting through the sky. Here it looks like thousands of objects, and I can't tell if these things are self-illuminating or if they're
oh yeah, let's just get rid of that now. Where are they
reflecting light or
into?
not.
Is that a building edge there?
But there looks to be thousands of them. And
Looks
this
like
guy who's
behind
recording it,
something, yeah.
obviously totally taken
I
aback. He's trying to get the best
grab it. I did grab an image though, didn't I? Where is it? What's the one here? I was going to do a reverse search on it, wasn't I? I'll just do that in a minute. I think my other topics I might have to leave for another day. But that's alright. I'll edit the list. 1280. It's looking up now. Come on. There we go. Reset. We'll just play around with that. Is it doing it? So we can see there's other colours there now, can't we? Because we're just changing the brightness at the moment. Definitely looks like drones, right? We've got the reds, greens, whites, and we've got a traffic light thing here. And let me just check it's on the right setting here. Lighter. I think we can definitely see there's reds, greens, whites. Yeah. What can we do with that? RGB. Yeah. Oh, it's not really good. Red, green, blue, green. I see. And it separates it. That's pretty cool. But let's see, contrast. Come on. Definitely looks like different colours here. I think they're drones. Full display for sure. What else can we do here? Desaturate. Yeah, it's going slow. No, it's not getting real time enough, but yeah, it looks like it's multicolours anyway. So it's not all white. Let's see if we can do the reverse search on it. Might have to close that down. Just plug in my CPU. As you can see, it's crazy. I think the updates introduced a bug. Maybe I should go back to the older version. Okay. Oh. See if we can drag the image on search. Image. Where's image gone? Okay. Search for dragon. Let's see what comes up. A light. We got something. There we go. Lots of options here. Images. Looks similar to that one. There we go. Christmas lights. Not that one. Oh well. That didn't work. Explosions. Yeah. Columbia, maybe. Come up with light. Oh well. That wasn't any good. Oh well. So that's the only one we can't really solve, but it looks like drones to me.
Knew that this one would really make you have to sit back and say, okay, what was just seen above Columbia? So big thanks to
Looks like it's disappearing there.
the viewer who posted that, and the links.
Looks like there's something there. Okay. One last cut. Have a look there. Oh, grabbed the wrong thing. See if it goes any faster, gang. I can only hope. It's not looking good. I think Google's software somehow leaks and gets slower and slower. So you can see we got motion blur from them moving, but they will seem to be disappearing at this certain level here. Is there any building there or what's going on? Nothing's popping out. Not like that other picture we looked at with the International Space Station. Yeah, can't see any building there. So I reckon looks like they're coming down and the lights are switching off. So you can see here again we've got some red happening. Some white and red. Slight different colours in it. Yep, not much you can do with it at the moment. So yeah, just have to wait till more information comes out. Anyone else has any information on that one?
So all these I'll put down below. So yeah, with that, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here and get.
Me too. Anyway, shame we can't search the comments to see if anyone else has posted anything here. How many comments has he got? I was living there. I know exactly what it was. He probably deleted that reply though. Happy to be back. 7,000, almost 8,000 comments, and we can't search them. Colombia. I think we just have to pass on this one. It's 3:30 in the morning. I better get to bed, alright? Oh, I think we did a good collection there on UFO stuff. I started off with the aliens, and then alien pictures, and then we went to the third phase and Secureteam. What's that one? Oh, that was a dome airstrike thing. Alright, yes, so I wanted to look at this one here, talking about German flying wings, right? The Horton brothers. They were big on this sort of stuff, and we were suggesting maybe that's what Kenneth Arnold saw. But Robert wasn't having a bar of it. But you can see here's the smaller wing, but they did actually some big ones. Here somewhere. More like gliders, actually. More V-shaped rather than... See how big they were. Ho-11 they call that one. I just wonder if it's... here's the one I was after here. Ho-13A. Look how big that one is in the sky. I'm not saying it's Kenneth Arnold one, but we're talking about those big Phoenix Light ones, right? Could they be experimental black ops that they're carried on researching? I'll post the link to it here. Let's see, is that the right link? My Professor Ken comment from years ago. My comments don't show up on this channel. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I haven't done anything. But yeah, I think they're definitely filtering stuff nowadays. Instead of making it better, they seem to make it worse. They seem to take away functions. It would be able to customize the font size and allow people to post links, right? So you should be able to, instead of granting them moderator rights, granting post link rights. I don't think there's any functions added, is there? Just the usual ones, right? Go to channel, reports, remove, message, put the user in timeout, remove from moderator. There's just no new stuff there. So this is where they started adding jet engines on the back. That's a strange shaped one. Argentina, right? See, they said that a lot of Germans went to Argentina after the World War. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That they'd be experimenting with stuff back then. Black helicopters, what's that link there? Strange looking drone helicopter, is it? So I post that link down the side there if you want to go through all the links there and have a look. More Grumman Model 379. Definitely looks like a drone helicopter. And Merc 2025. All these generally have no identification marks. Okay. Mind you, that doesn't look like the ones we've seen in pictures or videos at least. A12, what's that one? Stealth aircraft. Avenger. Okay. So that could explain some sightings, but it's pretty small though. What else we got? X-15. Rocket plane. Oh yeah, we've seen those before. What else we've got on the list here? Keep having a look. And get the other screen showing up. Secret aircraft. Looks very small aircraft. That must be the test model. Hypersonic plane. It's also triangle shape. Not really big though. What else have we got here? Bowen bird of prey. Sounds like something out of sci-fi. Okay. 2002, that's a long time ago. That's a strange looking one. But it says it's artist. So did it actually fly or not? Well, it looks like it's on display here. Certainly strange looking craft. 2002. You can bet that's been filmed by people looking up in the sky. F1117. What's that one? Oh yeah, the fighter. X-47. Is that the space plane? Let's see. It's certainly a diamond shape, right? You know, people talk about diamond shape or square shaped planes in the sky. That's a really strange looking plane. What year was that? 2003, so talked about it in 2001. So that could probably explain some sightings. Got no towel. So yeah, saw on that link I shared there. U2, we know that one. S4. Wasn't working. Flying disc. 3 sports model. That sounds like Bob Lazar stuff. So that's obviously make believe. What else we got here? Not much. Flying saucer. Short bio. Well, there's no pictures of a flying saucer, so I'm not sure what that's about. Weird looking boats. Here we go. So what's that saying there? Workshop plexiglass. Did it actually fly though? Anglo-Canadian. Well, looks like the Avro car, doesn't it? And that was a disaster. Top secret. There's a lot of reading there. Don't see it flying though in any of these pictures, so might be just another idea that didn't work. Looks like it's got an engine of some sort underneath to push it forward. So it's just like a flying wing by the looks of it. Yeah, just another Avro car. I think it looks like we've got jet engines going around. I think we've seen a patent of that one actually. If you watched my other Kenneth Arnold one, I showed you the link to that patent one, 19 patents of UFO designs that you can find. So the other thing was blimps. I was going to talk about blimps, and here, have a look at this one here. Huge blimps in a warehouse here. They're shaped like a V. pretty big. That one's at least 3 stories high, would you say? So I'm not too sure if they tested it in the sky or not. I've sent these amazing images. High altitude airships by JPA Aerospace, a huge V-shape ascender as they call them, bears a striking similarity to the large V-shaped UFOs often reported. I'm not sure if these are prototypes, have been flown. It might, but is interesting. Yep, is interesting. Click here to view the emanation of how huge V-shaped ascenders are meant to work. Okay, where's that go? I think the Phoenix lights were a mixture of 2 different ones. Yeah, it was a cover-up, the second one. But there was actually maybe testing one of these craft out. Looks like it's got to be a downloadable movie file, is it? Emanation. Oh well, how big is it? 13 megabytes. And it's taking forever to come down. So why don't people stick these on Google Drive? Comes down. You can watch it directly on Google Drive then. Well, that's going to take too long, so we can't do that one. Cancel. So yeah, I'll give you a link so you guys can download it if you want to. Have a look. So I'm not sure what he's got here. UFO photographs. Real UFO, the latest UFO videos. It's probably owned by Secureteam or cousin brothers. You never know. Scott C. Warren, he just puts up a load of rubbish, doesn't he? He was meant to be leaving the UFO field, but he's come back again. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. I came across that through Alien Scientist, and then I did a search on it more and come up with this site here. They didn't say too much on that one, but yeah, just close that one down. Yeah, debunk that one. And that one. Alright, so I was going to talk about that too. How are we going for time? Should really go to bed, shouldn't I? It's 3 or 4 in the morning. I think my eyesight's going. My general relativity flaws. I'll cover that sometime in future, I think. Alright, I was just going through UFO stalker pictures as well. I thought I was going to look at some of those, but I never get time. Lazar Report, which is quite interesting. I'll post a link to it. If it'll let me. This is actually talks about the pros, things that are wrong with it, done by this Michael Tshirt guy. I think he talks about all triangle craft being black ops, but yeah, he doesn't actually provide any evidence. He talks about all these triangle craft being sighted on Thursdays, is when they do a test flight of these prototype craft. But here it goes through all the claims and exposes the flaws in the argument, and also that he actually did make money from it, because everybody said he wasn't making money from it, but he actually got $5,000 and stuff for various things. It's quite intense thing. Talks about the forgery of his wife security social number here. what else? It talks about the radiation at S4 location. Here we go, the test site. I reckon the radiation was so bad there that anyone going there would have got cancer. Apparently there was one guy here down here at the bottom here that actually did go to the area and photographed himself there and actually died months later. So he reckons that's proof that S4 location couldn't have been in use. He also talks about that hatch there was too high off the ground for aliens to use it, the honeycomb hatch. 21 feet from the center of the craft. Sports model. So, let's see, can I get the... I think it puts the extension in front of it. Let's see, what does it do? It puts some crazy thing in front of it. PDF viewer. The site here is called Check the Evidence. So it puts it after it. I don't know if that works for you if you click on it, if it opens up properly. It's definitely worth having a read of this here about Bob Lazar. There's quite a lot of details and things, right? So to say the aliens were only 3 foot to 4 foot, and yet how could they get into the craft through the hatch, right? Because it was too far up. He never talked about any sort of ramp for these creatures to be able to get up to the hatch. So here he's talking about it here. In fact, how did he get into it? And talks about the reactors. So yeah, I was probably going to go through that with Robert maybe. Don't know if I can read it out though, can we? Probably can, yeah. So where is the guy talking about radiation? Ledge location. So I actually did this on my S4 revisited satellite map, see if I can see anything there, and I couldn't. But we're talking about radioactive dust here, blew over from Yucca Flats. Bombshell. In a 1996 documentary titled Dreamland, Lazar made the following statement. On the first occasion when I drove out there, all the hangar doors were closed, but at a close range you could tell that they were doors and they would open. We drove around the left side of the installation and there was a main entrance, blah blah blah. And we got some images here. Dr. Searle's aerial photograph, 1993, showing no signs of a secret research facility built into the side. So, how are we looking at this here? It's up there. So, I'm guessing that would be the side of the mountain, or is this side of the mountain here? I'm not too sure what angle we're looking at there. So that's definitely better than what we got on Google Images, isn't it? Right, so is that past? That looks like lake there, right? Is that what we're looking at? Let's see. A little strip. Looks like a little strip there, and that looks like Area 51 over there, is it? So what's this here? Greenpeace. So where's the guy that actually took a photograph? It must be further down. That's a long document, I tell you. It's lots in it to go through. This guy really put a lot of time into it. Tower. Where was the guy? So I think that was part of the pros here that might prove that he was there. He did some drawings of what he said was the back end of a secret test plane. But it's not coming up for me for some reason. It's taking forever to load, is it? Where is it? I was just trying to find that guy that took a photograph for S4 location. Where is it? Can't find it now. Frustrating. But I think this was the back end of a secret test plane. Black Star. This must be it. We saw the tail fins of it. Two-stage orbiting system. Reckons Lazar drew that. And he's made an auto sketch of it. It's very similar to the back end of the Aurora. Black Star XOV. So that proves maybe Bob was actually working at the location and saw this through the bus windows as it was taken off. So he looks at the other side of it for Bob Lazar. But we know that he actually did work there, right? We've got proof that he worked there, but that doesn't mean that he saw UFOs. He certainly would have saw a test plane there, because we know they were testing various stealth planes there. But I was just trying to find that guy that took a picture and died. Where is it? What was his name? Oh, here he is. Jerry Freeman. So apparently he died later. So that's meant to be where the hangars were meant to be, behind here. Clearly there's no security arresting them. So this is the only ground view of S4, Pepghost Lake, that we've got. And there's the mountain range here. Definitely no hangar doors there. So ground-based photos, Pepghost Lake, Jerry Freeman, archaeologist and adventurer in 1993. Show no evidence of secret facility built into the side of the mountain. How could he have just wandered onto a dry lake bed without being stopped? Historical note: Freeman died of cancer 2 years after his attempt to trace the trail of the 49ers through the American Southwest. That was gold miners, wasn't it? The 49ers, I think. He did develop cancer due to his trek. Did he develop cancer due to his trek across this highly radiation contaminated Nevada test site? So yeah, it kind of strange that you'd put a S4 secret base there when it's highly toxic to human life. 49ers, is that gold miners? What's the 49ers? Don't tell me it's a football team. 49ers, professional American. Yes, it is football team. I don't think that's what it referred to. So yeah, Gold Rush. Here we go. 1848 to 55. People who left their homes in search of gold were later referred to as the 49ers. Nevada? Here we go. It's California Gulf Fields in red. So the Sierra, Nevada, and Northern California. Oh yeah, that's the mountain range there, isn't it? I'm getting more used to American stuff. So I got a map. Let's have it for a map. Here we go. So I suppose they would have travelled from the east coast to the west coast, right? 49ers, Gold Trail. Cool. Oh well, I suppose we can leave it there. But yeah, I haven't actually read all the stuff. You can see it goes on, but really needs like a checklist. All the things that are wrong and all the things that are correct. So what's the conclusion here? Basically, based strictly on the evidence or lack of provided by Bob Lazar, his case will never stand up in court of law. It's now been well over 25 years since Bob Lazar first came forward on KLIS Georgia Knapp account what he said transpired in Area S4. Lazar has provided no documentation to support his educational background, master's degrees, Caltech, MIT. He has provided no physical evidence to support his claims in form of documentation of element or sample of element 115. In addition, none of the other 22 vehicles who allegedly worked on the program S4 have ever come forward to verify his account. But there has been one person, hasn't there? Can't remember what his name was now. So this was made back in 2013 before Corbell has reignited it all with his documentary. So yeah, go and check it out. I'm going to have a read of it. Alright, 2013 to 2015 here. Some interesting pictures and documents there though. Anyway, I probably should get to bed. It's getting on to 5 PM. And I'll cover the other stuff another time. But I might just show that to Robert, in case he's not seen it or not. I'll just leave it there pinned on the tab. So who's still with me up there? You should get to bed too, Cubit, if you're still there. So yeah, 3.5 hours again. Oh, it was fun. It was fun going through all this stuff, nutting it out together. And we'll see you again next time, guys. And might be one tomorrow if we can get Robert to pop around and finish off that school one. So that'll be next probably. So I'm just going to wind down now with the end credits and say goodnight to everybody. Thanks for joining us there, Cuvid. It's always good to have some interaction on the side. Please like and share, of course. Is it playing? Looks like it. Hopefully it'll come out alright. Yep, okay, see you, strange days. Yeah, you take care too, especially on the roads. Good night, Rachel. Oh, you were there. Good night, Cuvid.